Good evening, everybody, and welcome in to the latest edition of the Nerdy Soccer Show. Already in here, Angus, what's up? How are you on this Thursday evening? Hopefully you're staying warm up there in St. Louis. In this one, wanted to talk some more MLS, some US men's national team. What we'll start with, we did have our first MLS match, first MLS team to play over the weekend, and that was Inter Miami versus Club America. Inter Miami, we're just going to do a recap real quick of that match. Inter Miami's defense still does not look great. Still have some major issues there on the back line. Club America scores first. They easily dribble through Miami's back line, and then Jordi Alba missed a key marking on the back post. Not very great defensive work there, and that puts Club America up 1-0 over Inter Miami. And then, yes, Messi scores the first goal for an MLS team in this season. The build-up was fantastic. Suarez starts with the ball, passes it to Messi. Then Messi passes it out wide to Jordi Alba. Alba sends the cross back post, and it goes all the way through to Suarez. Suarez gives it a nice little touch, and nobody in the middle there on Messi. Messi heads it in. It was also terrible marking on Club America's part, but, Messi makes them pay. Another big thing that looks like from the highlights and stuff, Picault comes in this is his first season with Inter Miami. He just came in on a transfer, or maybe he signed free agent. I can't remember off the top of my head. He comes in and plays very well. He played very solid. From what the highlights showed, he was all over the place. Then for Club America's second goal, Novo, the goalkeeper, which he did play for Atlanta United for a little bit, he mishandles the ball, and it just terrible communication between defenders, and they put it in the back of the net. It was an ugly, ugly play. If you have not seen that play or the highlights of this match, I recommend going to see them. I know that it's their first match of their preseason. It was ugly. It was ugly. That's that defensive play there was terrible. Then Inter Miami, in the 92nd minute, on the verge of the whistle being blown, Gressel has a corner kick. There's a corner kick for them. He goes kind of near post, and Alvarez, who was completely unmarked, got on the end of it, scored the header. It was poor defending. Again, there on every single goal in this match, in my opinion, the defending was awful. And then in the end, the game went to penalties, and the 17-year-old Morales sealed the victory with a very cheeky run-up and scores the penalty to give Inter Miami the win on penalties in a friendly. So I didn't understand why it went to penalties. For that, it's a friendly. Just leave it at a draw. I don't understand that, but yeah, the defensive woes. I know it's just the first match for Inter Miami this season. The defensive woes still continue. I think that they have a lot to deal with there, and things need to change in that instance. So, if anybody got to see that, let me know if you watched the match or even saw the highlights for that. What's up, Connor? How are you? Yeah, midfielders and attacker and didn't fix the defense. It might be. They needed to work on that defense, in my opinion. We'll see what happens throughout the season. I still think that they will have a good season in MLS. I think that they'll have the same amount of points, around the same amount of points as they did last season, right around that record-breaking, just because they do have the Barca boys. up there. And yeah, I think that they'll still have a good season, but they got to work on that back line for sure. Now, switching over before we talk about MLS transfers, still some rumors out there for different teams. I want to talk about Camp Cupcake. I thought both games were very, very good for the U.S. I like seeing these young guys. I know a lot of people think it's stupid and Camp Cupcake shouldn't be here and all of that. I like it, giving those guys the chance to play for their national team and make a case for themselves. We saw what happened last night with Luna, breaks his nose, but still continues to play. And as soon as he comes back on from the broken nose, he gets an assist. If that doesn't show you anything, and then you have Poach coming on an interview saying that he's got big balls, that's fantastic. I laughed so hard at that. If you have not seen that interview, definitely go check it out. But the U.S. played Venezuela in the first one, winning that match 3-1. So just to give a quick rundown what happened there, we did not get off to a great start. Mihalovic had a penalty right from the start. I think it was not even 5 minutes into the match, and he was so confident and pushed McGlynn away to take the penalty. One of the worst penalties I've ever seen taken in my life. And it just, I couldn't believe it. But didn't stop us any. Jack McGlynn opened the scoring with an absolute banger from outside the box, went top right corner. Then just 2 minutes later, after McGlynn scored, Ajman broke through, stayed calm, and finished through the goalkeeper's 5-hole to make it 2-0 at that point for the U.S. men's national team. And I believe that was both in the first half, if I remember correctly. It's crazy how Saturday feels like it was so long ago. And then Mihalovic did get on the score sheet. I thought that he played terrible in that first game. McGlynn was definitely up there as one of the best players. And, of course, we're on the Ajman train. We are all fans of Ajman. If you're not, get out. I love what he has done already. Hopefully he can continue the MLS season and make a case for himself as one of the strikers that should be taken in 2026 for the World Cup. But like I said, Mihalovic scores. He received a pass from McGlynn outside the box, scored bottom left. He did make up for missing that penalty earlier in the match, but his play was not that great in this first match. Thanks, Light. Thank you for that. San Jose, absolutely. They're going to have a great season this year. And then Venezuela did pull back with an unmarked header to make it 3-1, but it was all U.S. in the Venezuela match. I thought we did. We played good. We handled business. That's all you want. Even with these younger guys, Venezuela maybe not their best team. Oh, excuse me. But then we go and we play against Costa Rica. From people that I've heard said that Costa Rica put in a strong lineup. The U.S. wins 3-0 over Costa Rica. The game started out very intense. A lot of aggression between both, especially for a friendly. I thought that the aggression and emotion there was fantastic from both sides, and you like to see that. And the U.S. scored their first goal in the 21st minute with, a through ball from Luna to White, and that was right after, Diego Luna gets elbowed in the face, breaks his nose, and then comes back on after he breaks his nose. It was a beautiful through ball. If you haven't seen that highlight, go see it. White also is, has to be talked about with that run, because at first he was behind the defender. The defender took his eyes off of White for a second. White cuts in front of him, and that's when Luna gives him the through ball, and he finishes with his left foot, bottom right, across the goalkeeper's face. Great goal for that first goal for the U.S. And then the second one, we didn't see the second one until the 77th minute with a ball from Caden Clark at the top of the box. No one was around him. I think that we turned it over in the box, and then Costa Rica turned it over right away, and it kind of just went out to Caden Clark. But No one should have missed that shot, and he stayed calm, shot it with his left foot, finished top left. So yeah, to me, anyone that is a professional should have not missed that shot that Caden Clark had. And then in the 90th minute, our boy Ajamin comes on, gets on the score sheet, through ball from Jones. It was a deep through ball, but it was a good one. Finishes near post with his left foot, making it 3-0. And to me, the standout for this match, even though he only played in the first half, Luna had a great game. But the one to really talk about in this match was Anelli. I thought Anelli played a great game there in the CDM spot. He made plays, the plays that are just hardworking plays. Like, he was just in the dirt there. If the ball came to him and it was a bad pass, he still got to it, or he made a tackle to keep us to have the possession of the ball. I thought he had a great game. And then Zach Steffen came up with two huge saves in this match, and it really could have easily been a 3-2 match. Both saves were fingertips, and he had to be fully stretched. So we can't let that go. And again, with the Camp Cupcake and all, it's just a friendly and stuff. Like, when you have to stretch out fully like that, like, you're playing the game. And I think that was two crucial saves that Zach Steffen made, and you got to give him kudos. So overall, I thought the two U.S. men's national team games were fantastic. I thought we looked really good. I like this style of play. Poach lets those midfielders, kind of roam. It's almost like they're all three roaming, and they have to work off each other. And I think that it looked good against these two sides, especially for guys that aren't always starters, or actually have never really started at all. It could be their first camp. They did a really good job with not playing together that much or anything. And I have to say it was a successful January camp. What's up, Seabass? How are you? Thanks for coming in. Appreciate you. So let's get back into MLS rumors. Still, with the biggest rumor, we all thought maybe for just 1 second. I know it's kind of old news now, but Neymar is not coming to the MLS. He is supposed to go back to boyhood club Santos, and so that officially shuts down the rumors for him going to the Chicago Fire, which I never really thought that he would. But then there was that rumor that said that Berhalter and the owner were in Saudi Arabia speaking with the club to get Neymar, and then come to find out that wasn't a real rumor. Like, it wasn't true, not a real rumor. It just wasn't true. So, no Neymar. I know it's kind of old news. One of the big things also is, I don't know where Kevin's at. Hopefully Kevin at some point watches this. Toronto. Insigne is still a part of the preseason roster, according to Tom. There's no changes to that, and he is in, I believe Toronto's in Spain. Toronto FC is in Spain for some of their preseason, and he is supposedly there. So we'll see how that goes. I think that Toronto would be better without him, but maybe with a new coach and all that, maybe it'll work out. We'll see. I think Insigne has been one of the biggest busts of, top tier players coming to MLS and just crapping the bed, like just folding. Like, I don't think he's done great at all. And one of the top paid players, he's just raking in the cash and not even having to play. Then Atlanta United. Still, neither one of the guys have been signed. It sounds like Almiron is getting closer and closer. Newcastle's fans did make a tifo thanking Almiron, so it seems like it's almost confirmed that he is coming to Atlanta. I know that the last rumors and stuff I've seen that it's pretty much a done deal, just some very small details, but I don't want to get my hopes up in the sense, as an Atlanta fan, that he is coming guaranteed. Until I see that official tweet or whatever from social media, I'm still hopeful. And then Latte Laugh, still nothing that I've heard of on that one. And I would like to see us sign someone. I also saw that Edward has turned down that he would not play for Atlanta, so that one is out the window. So we'll see. We'll see what's going on. Sammy, the Asian Cup took place today. Okay, I did not see that. I'll have to check that out. And then another rumor that was out there is Jackson from Columbus. Columbus received multiple offers for him, and they rejected them all. Columbus rejected them all, so they must have plans for Jackson there in Columbus. And I think that's a good fit. I thought Jackson did a great job coming off the bench for Columbus after he did leave St. Louis. I thought that he did a good job coming off the bench, so maybe he has a bigger role at the club, and that is why they are, turning down all the offers from Europe. I would like to know. Who offered Columbus for Jackson. That would be fantastic. Yeah, Almiron was fantastic with Atlanta. I would love to see him come back because I think that we could really use that. And then that's just the rumors. I know that there's a lot more out there. We can take a look at a bunch of them. I know that there's a lot of rumors still going around, and to be honest, I will say it's hard to keep up. I wish that my full-time job was like Tom's to go through all of this, but yeah. So there's still a lot of rumors out there. And switching over to transfers that have happened, we're going to start there. Bamba has signed for Chicago from Celta Vigo. It's a done deal pending his medical. He will be a designated player. That was posted by Tom. I know that he talked about that in his tweets. So I think that's a good pickup for them. I don't know too much about him, but Chicago are making moves, and I think that's great. Berhalter, we all gave Berhalter a hard time, and I tried to stay positive. I tried to stay positive with Berhalter as long as I could for the U.S. men's national team. But I think he fits better as a club coach. So we will see how he does in Chicago. But he's making moves to make it happen there in Chicago. How are you, Gracie? Rain, how are you? Thanks for coming in. Yeah, Connor, there was. I heard about the rumors with Ramirez also. So, yeah, it sounds like Columbus have some things in the works, and I hope that Columbus continue to do well. I also saw where Cucho wants to stay in Columbus. He wants to stay in Columbus, but he wants to renegotiate his contract or restructure his contract. And from the last thing I saw, those talks have not begun with that. Then the biggest news right now, in my opinion, is Zaha. Zaha to Charlotte. That's huge for Charlotte. And with him coming in, Swiderski is on the way out. That was official today. They did make a post that Swiderski. I want to try to say his name, say the team's name, but you all know I'm terrible with players' names, and even at this point in time, team names. But he is going to a new club, so Swiderski is on his way out. But Zaha, Wilfred Zaha, I can't wait to see him in Charlotte. I can't wait to see what he does. I even like that Charlotte are making moves, and they're going to be good. I feel like I think that they're going to be a good team this year in the East, which it's ramping up. I think that this transfer window, this offseason, has been one of the best off seasons that I can remember. Yes, I've only been watching MLS, full on watching MLS since 2017. I really think that this has been the best one. It really has. It's been exciting. I feel like it's going to be a very competitive season also. All right, let's see what else you guys got. Um, yeah, Berhalter stayed way too long. Thank you, Rain. So someone's going too busy to volleyball games than working on contracts because of Schulte. Also wants to stay, but the agent pulled away. Okay, okay. Gracie, which you mean for Swiderski? We can pull that back up on there. I don't know. I don't know how to say the name. So, but yeah, he is out, and like I said, Zaha's in. It's exciting. It's exciting times for Charlotte fans. Then another big signing, which I thought was a big signing for the Timbers. They have officially signed Kevin Kelsey from Shakhtar, which he was on loan to Cincinnati last season. And I was really thinking that Cincinnati would bring him back. One, but two, at the same time, he started out really well when he first got started in MLS. I thought that he played his first couple games were really good, and then he just completely fell off. I really thought that, I was like, they really got a replacement for Vasquez. And then he kind of just, like I said, he just dropped off. But I think it's a good pickup for the Timbers. Hopefully they can build a little bit around him, give him other people to help him score and get on the scoreboard for Timbers. But I think it's a good pickup for him. I don't believe they've really had any other transfers or big transfers come in. We're gonna take a look real quick. Maybe. Why did it not? Sorry, it didn't go straight to Portland, even though I clicked on Portland. It went to all of MLS teams. So yeah, so Kevin Kelsey comes in. They also Ortiz, which not sure too much about him, and they get a couple other players, which one is from Indy 11, which he was on an end of a loan. Okay. Anyway, so I think that's a good pickup. I feel like they need to pick up a couple more players for them to have a good season. I think because I feel like they are going to lose Evander. I think Evander is going to be leaving Portland. He doesn't want to be there in the first place, but I think that he will end up moving on from them. So they've got to find replacements. Like I said, I have not heard any rumors of any other players going there. If you have, please let me know, and we'll look it up there. Another one for Columbus. Going back to talking about Columbus, Yeboah. Yeboah is heading to LAFC, leaving Columbus, which I kind of thought was weird. I thought Yeboah would have stayed in Columbus. I'm not sure what exactly happened there. That one kind of came out of nowhere for me. I wasn't sure what his decision was. I don't know if his contract was up, and that's why. But I think that's a great pickup. I think it's a great pickup for LAFC. Yeboah, I thought, was a good role player for Columbus, and I think that he has potential to be really good. Yeah, Gracie, that is a good question. Real Salt Lake, they have not picked up anybody. Like I know that Diego Luna wanted to leave. I know that he wanted to leave at one point and go to Europe. Real Salt Lake picked this many people up? Huh? So they picked up. So they picked up the center forward from the Red Bulls. Really? They also got Tyler Wolff here. Let's switch over to this. So yeah, like here's who this is who they've picked up. Gracie, Tyler Wolff. They got the goalkeeper from Orlando, a goalkeeper from Orlando, but nothing. I feel like they've got a lot of guys in, which is very weird. But no one that stands out to me. I mean, I know Tyler Wolff. I've seen him play. I think that he has a lot of upside. I really do. I think that he has potential. He just has to be with the right team. But yeah, that's for Real Salt Lake. Make sure that you guys can actually see what I'm seeing here. So yeah, no real. So here's their rumor. The latest rumor is, oh, that's sending someone away. So it's not even bringing someone in. They've lost a lot this season. That is for sure. Connor's saying the contract year wasn't picked up by the Columbus. Okay, he wouldn't get the starting role because Arfston. Yeah, Arfston. I thought Arfston, going back to the U.S. men's national team, Arfston played well in January. Seabass, what do I think of John Tolkien going to Holston? I like the fact that Tolkien needed to go to Europe. If I felt like Tolkien hit a wall. I think that if he wanted to push himself to become a better player, he needed to go to Europe. But at the same time, if I remember correctly, that team that he's going to is about to be relegated in the Bundesliga to um to Bundesliga 2 if I remember that correctly. Yeah, let me see here. We're pulling up that team. Yeah, so they are currently in absolute last place in the Bundesliga. So that sucks because it would be I think it would be an okay scenario for him, and I would like the scenario if they were staying in the Bundesliga next season. I know that there's still a lot of games left, things can change, but currently they only have 11 points, and the 16th team, I don't know what relegation qualification is, if they can stay out, I guess. But that team has 14, so they could potentially stay in the Bundesliga, but as of right now, it doesn't look good. So if he can go in and play right away and help the team not be relegated, that's huge. That is huge for John Tolkien for his career. But we'll see. If they end up in Bundesliga 2 next season, to me, it's a failed transfer, and he shouldn't have went there. But right now, I like it because he needs to. I'm trying to think. He needs to like push himself to be better. I think that he's kind of relaxed in the MLS. He was comfortable in MLS, so I'm glad that he's stepping out of his comfort zone, and I think that this could help him become a better player. Gracie, they can be. They can be the dangerous ones. That's a good take too, Gracie. If he goes over, plays in this, in the Bundesliga, and they somehow get out of relegation, or if he has a good season and gets bought by someone else, then it could be good. I think that's the thing. They have to stay in. He has to continue to play in the Bundesliga next season or in a better league to call it a success. But we'll see. Oh, okay, Seabass, that's cool. That's a cool way to do that. See, I did not know that for Bundesliga, so thank you all for sharing that. So that 16th seed plays against the third seed in Bundesliga 2 to see who stays in the Bundesliga. I like that. That's a pretty cool spin that they put on that. So I'm trying to think of the other latest rumor, not rumors, just the latest transfers. Oh, Velasco, that's another one. Velasco, the deal has been done. He has been signed by Boca. He is no longer playing for FC Dallas. I know that that has been a rumor. It's been on, it's been talked about and all that, and it's on the verge. And here it is now a done deal. Velasco is going to Boca Juniors. So FC Dallas need to make some moves because they have pretty much offloaded their whole roster. How are you, Sam? How's things going, bud? Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, because I do not know. I don't think Dallas has really brought in a lot of people. They brought in Julio from Real Salt Lake. They brought in Shaq Moore. I forgot that Shaq Moore is now a part of FC Dallas. Chu from Seattle, he's there. Abubakar from Colorado is now there. So I don't know. That's some good pickups, but not enough in my opinion. That's not enough. Yeah, they still have Musa, but we'll see. And then right now, the latest rumor, according to Transfer Market, is Evander. Evander might end up there in Dallas. Unbelievable, Gracie. Sam just came in from the darts. Okay. How'd you do? And Gracie, probably not. So what else do we have going on here? So there's a rumor that no, this is actual transfers. So Nacho Hill has left New England. I did not know that. Wonder how recent that was. All you were watching, Sam? Yeah, so Nacho Hill goes to Valso. I don't know if that's how you say it. So there's a lot of transfers out. And then center back Tafari from Dallas to LAFC. That happened earlier. I think that we've talked about a good bit of these. So Sosa, Santiago Sosa and Ibarra for Atlanta has been transferred out. So what are some of your all's biggest moves, or what do you think has been the craziest transfers so far? Yes, yeah, yeah. I guess I didn't get that mixed up. I did. Thank you for catching that, Gracie. Yeah, he is the less talented of the two. That is for sure. I was definitely mixing that up. That's why I was like, why did that not get more attention? How are you, Normal? Where's the latest rumors? There used to be current rumors. So let's look at the current rumors that oh yes, Matthew Hoppe coming back to San Jose, but then there's also, I saw that, but there's also Vancouver that he could potentially be going to. So he's coming back to MLS, which he has not done. He has not done anything really in Europe. I agree. See that's my pick too. And then here, another one, Burial from Cincinnati might be going to Santos also. Valdez leaving Portland. Or no, going to Portland, my apologies. Going back to Portland. So that would be a good pickup for them. Ruddy going overseas, leaving Montreal. I think that might be his best interest. Then we've already talked about Pookie leaving Minnesota. And we keep seeing that Lotte Lath is still going to Atlanta, according to this. I don't know. I'm scared. Angus, yeah, St. Louis has kind of done a low profile. It was very insightful. If you guys haven't, I was on a show a couple nights ago for the St. Louis preview, and I don't know why I'm having a brain fart of the name. I'm doing a great job. The Designated Pundit is what it's called, I believe. Yes. And Justin had some great takes on St. Louis. They really made a lot of their transfers in the summer window, Angus. And I think that, St. Louis ended the season very well. I feel like they didn't have a terrible end of the season. So I think with those guys coming in and they've made a couple other transfers, I think it's going to be good for St. Louis. I think St. Louis is going to have a good season. Yeah, we just talked about Velasco going to Boca. I think that's one of the biggest ones going out, in my opinion. Yeah, because Jesus Ferreira went to Seattle. Like, that's not a huge, huge one. Well, that was for just FC Dallas, so. Let me see if they have transferred out. No, they don't. Doesn't look like. Just transfers altogether. Dang, Normal, no school again. Hey, it's been cold everywhere. I really hope Atlanta get the job done with Almiron, and I still think that Lath is that's still a high price tag. But if he comes in with Almiron and Moranchuk and stuff, I think that he can score goals. So. Yeah, Angus, he did seem like he was on top of his stuff for St. Louis. So I would recommend even checking out the Designated Pundits. Those guys are pretty cool. He's doing Bob is doing. They're doing a series of where they preview. They've reached out to people that cover certain teams, and they are doing a preview for all 30 teams and talking to those players. Not players. Those other podcasters that cover each team. Like I said, I was a co-host for the St. Louis City one, which was very awesome to sit and listen to Justin talk, ask a couple of different questions. It was a great time. But yeah, Bob and Scott, they do a great job. And they already have a handful: Red Bulls, Seattle Sounders, Columbus Crew. Here I can show you. Like, they've already done a bunch of them. It's really cool. Those guys are great. So Columbus Crew, the Galaxy, and LAFC. I'm not sure what is next for that. It looks like they're doing back-to-back there for the LA teams. But yeah, if you can, go check them out. They're really cool. Like Angus said, Justin is awesome for St. Louis there. Normal, you watch a lot of European. MLS is definitely a different breed, that is for sure, than those European leagues. just dive in, learn it. You know, oh yeah, they'll probably be talking to one of those two for Charlotte Gracie. I don't know when they're doing that. Like I said, they're doing all 30 teams. It sounds like they've gotten people lined up for all of them, and it's just very insightful. Like it's a quick like overview, kind of straight to the point. They don't drag it out. I think they only like some of them have lasted an hour, but usually they're like they try to do it between 30 to 45 minutes, so it doesn't take up a lot of your time, but you get hit with a lot of uh, information about the teams and stuff really quickly, and it's really cool. It was really fun. Hopefully, I get to go back on their show soon. Yes, the soccer zombie is a good one for St. Louis. Also, I watched some of their stuff too, Angus. Um, Videos here and there. I need to follow. I need to figure out what Justin's actual podcast is for St. Louis because I have not subscribed. I don't think, but I'd like to. But yeah, if you have any recommendations for different teams, like I forgot about CLTF Fan TV. I forgot about them for Charlotte. But yeah, always share that. Join the Discord. We're always talking in there, and so share those other podcasts. I'm fine with that. It's the more information we get, the better we can do with the channel and have information out there. Because like I said, I cover all of MLS. Yes, Atlanta's my favorite, but I try to cover everything. So I'm just hitting like the top, the top transfer, rumors or the top transfers. I'm not seeing those like smaller ones, and we're not covering those big ones. And that's why I kind of want to do this so we can look at it together. So it's not really, I'm still learning the knowledge, learning what is happening right now too, as we're sitting here talking about it during the podcast here. So ball watching. Okay. Yes. But I think I'm going to wrap it up there. Does anybody have any other questions or thoughts, comments? And I think we're going to wrap it up, and we'll call it a night. I'm going to try to keep these about 45 minutes to an hour, unless things, we have really, really, really good conversation and stuff, and go from there. Austin is ramping up. I forgot about that. Austin FC is also ramping up. They are on the verge of completing a deal for Uzuni from Granada, and that's going to be a huge payout for them. They just spent $10 million on Vasquez, and reportedly they triggered the release clause for him, and that was a $12.3 million release clause. So they go over what they just paid for Vasquez also. So I got a feeling Austin, they're going to make a run and try to get to the top there on the West. But like I said, I'm going to call it there. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, make sure you give the podcast a thumbs up, subscribe, and we will see you for the next live stream. As I hit all